Hi there, fellow coffee drinkers and nosy neighbors. Long time no see. For those of you new to town, I'm Jazzy. And once again, I've got the best seat here at the Switch Café, where folks get served a whole lot more than just coffee. So sip with caution, because here at the Switch Café, people enter as themselves and leave as someone else. Ah, there it goes again. Did you hear that bell? That's your warning. Someone's life is about to change. So quick, take a seat at the table and let me tell you all about today's Switch. Did you hear the news? No? Well, hold on to your cup, because the information I'm about to spill is hot. I mean, jump out of your seat hot. Now, unless you've been living under a rock, you've probably heard about Mr. Bill Betts. Everyone knows Mr. Betts. He's famous, or should I say, infamous. He's the kind of guy everybody knows, but nobody likes. Loud, obnoxious, arrogant, thinks he's above everyone else. Well, 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 the chickens have finally come home to roost, and I had a front row seat right here in my favorite spot at the Switch Café. Saw the whole thing go down. Here's the short version. One morning a few months ago, I was sipping my coffee, minding my own business like I always do, when the police walked in. At first, I thought they were just here to grab a quick cup of coffee. Wrong. Instead of getting in line, they marched right up to Mr. Betts, who was so busy bragging about himself to his table that he didn't even see the detectives walk in. They asked his name, and before he could finish speaking, they said the words we'd all been waiting for. "Mr. Betts, you're under arrest." The whole cafe froze. Then they cuffed him and walked him out. And Mr. Betts, he looked shocked. Offended even. But he still strutted out of here with a grin as wide as the Cheshire Cat. Like he knew, without a doubt, he'd beat whatever charges they had. Now, normally I'd call that kind of smugness foolish, but if you lived the life he's lived, it actually makes sense. See, powerful doesn't even begin to describe Mr. Betts. Nobody really knows what he does for a living, but somehow he owns half the real estate in town, lives in the biggest house on the hill, and shows up VIP to every gala and major event. People don't just know him, they fear him. He's called the Fixer, has his hands in everything. Media, real estate, local businesses, you name it. And he's been known to get what he wants, by any means necessary. Intimidation, fines, legal loopholes, you name it. Unfortunately, what he wants usually belongs to someone else. Now, I heard he didn't used to be this way. They say he was once a champion for justice. But something happened. No one talks about it. They just say it was bad, real bad. Now, he is corruption. Ruthless, strategic, untouchable. Or so he thought. I know what you're thinking. What exactly has he done? Well, most of it I wouldn't dare repeat in public. But some of it you already know. Remember Evan, the ex-manager here at the cafe? Turns out the cafe owner who gave him so much grief was being harassed by none other than Mr. Betts. Why? Because Betts wanted to buy the cafe. When the owner refused, Betts turned up the pressure. And that pressure trickled down, right to poor Evan. You know how the rest of that story ended. Oh, and remember that accident Dr. Alva was in? You guessed it. Betts was behind the wheel. Hit and run. And yet, he was never charged. He's also on the school board for both Atlas Prep and Kaplan Academy. Leads the bully prevention program each year. Imagine that. Still with me? Good, because it gets worse. That investment Mr. Mooney made, the one that cost him everything, bets again, a scam, and he walked away clean. He also gave Bradley that very specific advice about dodging the embezzlement fallout at the tech company. And the Redfern apartments? Once upon a time, Betts used to own those too. Never fixed a single thing. Then had a few buddies slap on some cheap cosmetic updates before pawning the place off on Mr. Jones. Told him it was in pristine condition. Is your head starting to spin? Hang tight, I'm not done. You remember poor Stella, don't you? That humiliating news special that aired after her panic attack? Betts suggested it, pitched it himself. And Clark, Noel's toxic ex? That's Mr. Betts' son. And that's just the half of it. So, now you see why Betts looked so confident when he got arrested. He's gotten away with everything for years. But I've got a feeling things will be a little bit different this time. Want to know why? I was in the courtroom yesterday, first day of the trial. And when I looked over at the jury box, my jaw hit the floor. Evan, Dr. Alva, Miss Byrne, Noah, Mrs. Mooney, Marlena Hall, Mateo, all seated, all listening. Mr. Betts probably didn't recognize them, but I sure did. More importantly, they'll recognize him. Maybe not at first, but certainly as the trial unfolds. They've all been impacted without even realizing it. Directly or indirectly, he left fingerprints on their lives. And now, they hold his fate in their hands. Funny how things come full circle, isn't it? Mr. Betts will soon learn the same lesson as everyone else who's ever walked into the Switch Café. Be careful what you serve, because eventually, you'll have to drink it too. Well, this cup I've been sipping on is empty now, so I suppose that means our story's done. See you next time. Bye now.